What's up, guys? Josh Pate here from 247sports.com. We're talking LSU today, and to do it, as always, we bring in our LSU insider, Shay Dixon of Go247.com. We're ready for spring ball, Shay, but until we get to the open of spring ball, we've talked about off-season workouts, and as usual, you got your ear to the ground down there. Give me some rumblings, 2 or 3 things that you've heard pretty consistently surrounding this LSU team, all the new pieces as spring ball approaches.
Well, I'll give you a few things that maybe jump to my mind. I'll save the best for last. Look, we can go offense and defense here. On offense, I think your third receiver is Race McMath right now, a kid out of New Orleans who had a good season a year ago. He was just playing behind Justin Jefferson, Chase, and Marshall with Jefferson gone. I think we see McMath move in to a more prominent role. I've heard he's looked great all offseason. However, they want to shift those guys around inside and outside. We'll see, but it's going to be tough to keep McMath on the field. You jump to defense. Look, 2 freshmen you've got to watch for. And the 2 highest ranked ones, Elias Ricks and Eric Gilbert, both 5 stars, are out for the spring. So we won't be hearing much about them, but I'll give you some others. Jordan Tolles, a top 100 player on 24/7 Sports, playing safety out of the Baltimore area, and BJ Ojolari, another top 100 prospect coming out of Marietta in Georgia. I keep hearing those 2 guys' names brought up time and time again. I think we see Tolles play early and often at safety, and I think Ojolari is a guy, whether playing with his hand in the dirt or standing up at linebacker, is almost in a Marcel Brooks type of role for you, except a little bit bigger. He can get after the pass rusher, but I'll give you number 1 on the list, and it's the guy who people like Ojolari are trying to catch, Miles Brennan. And the kind of theme that I've gotten, it's been all the way from people a month ago watching practices to what Ed Orgeron's most recent comments were, that with Joe Burrow gone, Miles Brennan has now asserted himself, and he's the one who's leading at practice. He's the one who's in the film room more than anybody. He's the one who's sort of calling on the offensive meetings and leading them. And when Joe Burrow was here, he couldn't do any of that. But what Orgeron said and what others have echoed is that Brennan sort of soaked in 2 years worth of sitting behind the presumed number 1 pick and Heisman Trophy winner. And it looks like, at least in terms of his approach, we'll see how on the field looks. We've got small sample sizes, but he seems to have taken the reins of QB1 and really run with it this offseason.
Shay, I got to think. I mean, it's like once Roger Bannister ran a sub 4 minute mile, then a bunch of people, once they saw it was possible, did. I mean, if you're Miles Brennan now, and you go from LSU being what they were offensively to now seeing what they could be offensively, and last year what they were offensively, it's got to be like, it feels like everything's in front of you, restrictor plates off, talent's around you, sky's the limit, does it not?
It does. I think a lot of people have their eye on, hey, look, Miles Brennan, he won't be Joe Burrow. Don't hold him to those standards. But look, all the number 2 passing records are within reach. How about he go for those in those new look offense? So I think LSU fans are pleased to know that, even with Joe Brady gone, you're getting the same offensive philosophy, playbook. I'm sure there'll be some wrinkles and concepts that they change, but all that's back. You're not going backwards with your offensive philosophy in terms of just running the football into stacked boxes, not giving these guys a chance to play in space. And I think Brennan will work well into it. And I think fans are excited to see year 1 of what is probably 2 years for him. So if he can have a Joe Burrow-like year that he had in 18, who knows what's in store for Miles Brennan by the time he's a senior.
Shay Dixon, Go247.com. Keep it locked there for all the latest LSU news. Thanks, Shay.